Today on the show, we're diving into the world of economic indicators. These are the numbers that tell us how the economy is doing, things like GDP, unemployment rates, and consumer confidence. But what do these indicators really mean? How are they calculated, and how should we interpret them? We'll break it all down for you with What's Up, Broncos Country? Are you ready for what's coming? Because Sunday isn't just any game. We're talking about a matchup that could define the direction of our season. An opponent that's bleeding, desperate, and coming to Denver ready for anything. But this is home, this is altitude, and here we don't make it easy for anybody. What's at stake? Much more than 3 little letters in the W column. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly what to expect from this battle and why this game could be the turning point we've been waiting for. Let's get straight to the point. Denver Broncos family. Next Sunday, our team hosts the Dallas Cowboys at Empower Field, and this game has everything to be epic. But before we get into the tactical details, let me tell you something. Dallas is falling apart.
That's right.
The Cowboys come into this matchup with a record of 3 wins and 6 losses. For a team that's used to being full of stars and huge expectations every year, this is a brutal fall. Now you might be thinking, oh, so it'll be easy then. Hold on, Broncos Country. A cornered team is a dangerous team. Dallas knows their season is slipping through their hands, and they're coming to Denver. They have nothing left to lose. And that's exactly where the danger lies. Let's start with the Cowboys' offense. Their quarterback, Cooper Rush, isn't any superstar, but the guy has experience and knows how to manage the game. He's not going to try fancy plays, but he's also not going to hand the ball over on a silver platter. Rush is one of those guys who does the basics well, and in a balanced game, that can be enough. The main running back is Rico Dowdle, a guy who's flying under the national radar, but who's been doing decent work. He's got explosion in his legs, can find the holes in the offensive line, and, believe me, can cause headaches for our defense if we're not paying attention. Dallas is going to try to establish the ground game to control the clock and take the ball out of our offense's hands. That's the classic strategy of a team that knows it can't get into a scoring war. And speaking of receivers, the Cowboys still have dangerous weapons. CeeDee Lamb is the guy, their #1 wide receiver, and you know what he's capable of. The kid has sure hands, runs precise routes, and can flip a game by himself if you leave him loose on the field. Our secondary is going to have to be glued to him the entire time because any slip-up turns into a big play. But it doesn't stop there. Jake Ferguson, their tight end, is another one who deserves attention. He's a safety valve for Rush, especially on third down plays. Ferguson has good size, can find the empty spaces in the zone, and has reliable hands. If we don't cover the middle of the field well, he's going to be a problem. Now, let's talk about the Cowboys' offensive line. And here, family, is where things get interesting. This line used to be one of the best in the NFL, but this season, it's far from that. They're dealing with injuries, lack of cohesion, and a lot of pressure coming from all sides. For our defense, that's wonderful news. If our pass rushers can put constant pressure on Cooper Rush, force him to make quick and wrong decisions, we can create turnovers and completely change the momentum of the game. And speaking of defense, let's analyze Dallas's defensive side. They have some known names, but overall, this unit isn't scaring anyone this year. Their biggest problem is the run. That's right, the Cowboys' defense is suffering a lot against the opposing running game. And guess what that means for us? Golden opportunity. If our ground game can impose the pace from the start, we're going to control this game. Dominate the line of scrimmage, gain yards on the ground, keep the chains moving. That's going to open up space for our quarterback to work in the passing game when necessary. It's the perfect recipe for victory. Dallas's defensive line has some players who can cause occasional problems, but nothing our offensive line can't handle. What we need is discipline, execution, and not committing silly penalties that give life to the opponent. Their linebackers are mediocre. They're not bad, but they're also not going to change the game by themselves. They struggle with coverage over the middle and can be exploited by tight ends and running backs coming out of the backfield. If our offensive coordinator designs smart plays exploiting these matchups, we can do some damage. Now, the Cowboys' secondary, that's where things get more complicated for them. They have cornerbacks who used to be better, and safeties who are getting beaten on deep coverage. If our receivers can win one-on-one, especially on vertical routes, we can open up their defense like a can of sardines. But hey, Broncos Country, we can't underestimate anyone. Dallas might have a bad record, but they still have talented players who can make a difference in crucial moments. One mistake by us, one spectacular play by them, and the game flips. That's football. Every snap counts. Talk to me, Denver Broncos family. Are you confident for this game, or do you have that butterfly feeling in your stomach? What gets me most excited about this matchup is the chance to consolidate our positive streak. We've been playing solid football, improving every week, and this is the type of game that can put us right in the playoff conversation. Yes, I said playoffs. I'm not kidding. With a home win against Dallas, we send a message to the entire league. The Broncos are back. We're no longer that team that gets beat up every Sunday. We're a competitive team, disciplined, with our own identity, and willing to fight until the last second. And there's more. Playing at home at Denver's altitude is a huge advantage. Our opponents arrive here and feel the weight of the thin air. In the fourth quarter, when guys are tired, gasping for breath, that's when we turn it up. That's when our defense wins the individual battles. When our offense imposes the rhythm and breaks their resistance, the Cowboys coach will try to adjust what he can. But let's be real, with 3 wins and 6 losses, it's not just a matter of tactical adjustments. There's something structurally wrong with that team, and we need to take maximum advantage of that. Our quarterback needs to be sharp. Read defenses quickly, make smart decisions, protect the ball. No silly turnovers, no forcing impossible passes. Manage the game, do the simple things well, and let our playmakers create the big plays when the opportunity arises. Our offensive line has a clear mission: dominate the line of scrimmage. Open holes for the running game and give the quarterback time to work. If they can do that, our offense will work like a Swiss watch. The receivers need to win individual battles, especially against that vulnerable Cowboys secondary. Well-run routes, sure hands, and after the catch, fight for every extra yard. These details make all the difference. On the defensive side, the mission is clear: pressure, Cooper rush, non-stop. Don't let him get comfortable in the pocket. Force him to move, to throw rushed. When we get consistent pressure, turnovers appear naturally. Our secondary will have the challenge of neutralizing CeeDee Lamb. That's not easy. He's one of the best receivers in the league. But with double coverage at the right times, being physical at the line, not letting him create separation, we can hold him. And meanwhile, we have to keep an eye on Jake Ferguson over the middle. Against their running game, our defense needs to be aggressive. Close the holes, make firm tackles. Don't let Rico Dowdle gain easy yards. If we can stop the run early, Dallas will become predictable. We'll have to throw every time. And then it's easy for our pass rush to work. And if you're really Broncos Country, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single play from this epic season. Turn on the bell, drop a like, and let's go together on this journey. Now, let me tell you something that few people are noticing. This game could be a watershed for our team's confidence. Winning at home against a traditional opponent like Dallas, even with them struggling, creates absurd psychological momentum. The guys will walk into the locker room after the game feeling like they can go head-to-head with anyone. And another thing, our younger players will gain important experience. Facing a team like the Cowboys, even when they're not at their best, is still a trial by fire. There's the pressure of the crowd, the expectations, the weight of the matchup. Going through that and coming out. Victorious builds character, builds winners. Our coach has done an excellent job in week after week preparation. He knows the roster, knows how to get the best out of each player, and I'm sure he'll have the team sharp for Sunday. The halftime adjustments, the substitutions at the right moments, clock management, all of that will be crucial. The Cowboys are going to try some things to surprise us. There might be some different trick plays, some unusual formations. Maybe they'll even try some gimmicks. But if our players are prepared, if they execute the game plan properly, none of that will work. One thing that worries me a little bit, and I'll be honest with you, family, is if we underestimate the opponent. For the love of everything sacred, Broncos Country, we cannot think we've already won. Dallas might be struggling, but they're professionals, they're competitors, and they'll fight for every inch of the field. We need 60 complete minutes of focused football. It doesn't help to play well for 3 quarters and relax at the end. It doesn't help to open up a lead and think it's in the bag. Football is a game of details, and one silly mistake can cost everything. The crowd has a fundamental role in this too. Empower Field needs to be boiling, needs to be deafening when Dallas has the ball, making their communication difficult, forcing errors. And when we're on offense, give that positive energy that pushes the team forward. This is the type of game that defines seasons, family. That's not an exaggeration. If we win, look how confidence goes through the roof. Look how the locker room will be cohesive, believing in the process. And if we stumble, well, we're not even going to consider that right now. The numbers don't lie. Dallas is allowing a lot of rushing yards per game. Our running game needs to exploit that from the first to the last snap. Establishing the run means controlling the clock, means keeping their defense on the field, means keeping our own defenders rested for when they take the field. And when I talk about controlling the clock, it's not just about end-of-game strategy. It's about dominating the entire game. It's about being physical, imposing our style, making Dallas adjust to what we're doing, not the other way around. Cooper Rush is going to try some deep throws to C.D. Lamb. That's the play that can change everything for them. Our secondary cannot leave him alone back there. One long reception, a touchdown like that, and the game becomes completely different, but I trust our guys. I trust the preparation. I trust the individual quality. I trust the defensive scheme. If everyone does their part, if everyone executes their correct assignment, we'll hold them. So, Broncos Country, what's the score of this game going to be? Comment below with your prediction. One more important thing, discipline. We can't commit stupid penalties that give the opponent free first downs. We can't have false starts, unnecessary holdings, pass interference. Every penalty is shooting ourselves in the foot. It's a gift to Dallas. Special teams will also be fundamental. Field position could decide this game. A good kickoff or punt return can put us in position to score. Solid coverage can bury Dallas in their own territory. These small details make a giant difference in the end. If the game stays tight, and it might, our kicker will have to be confident. We might need a field goal at the very end to secure or extend the lead. That guy needs to be ice-cold, focused, ready to take on the responsibility. Dallas is going to try to speed up the pace at times, especially if they're losing. They'll want to run quick plays, catch our defense disorganized. Our linebackers and safeties have to communicate well, adjust quickly, not leave anyone open. In the red zone, both offensively and defensively, we need to be efficient. On offense, we have to finish drives with touchdowns. Can't be satisfied with just a field goal. On defense, we have to toughen up near the end zone. Can't let them score easy. I've seen many games flip because of turnovers. A silly fumble, a forced interception. That changes everything. Our offense needs to take care of the ball. It's the most precious thing in the world. And our defense needs to hunt turnovers like their lives depend on it. Imagine the scenario, fourth quarter, tight game, and we force a fumble or make a crucial interception. Empower Field explodes. The energy goes through the roof. That's what we want. That's what we need. The Cowboys are going to try to hit us physically. They'll try to intimidate, especially at the line of scrimmage. But this team here, this Denver Broncos family, doesn't get intimidated by anything. We're going to hit back. We're going to be even more physical. We're going to show who runs things at home. Call for comments and opinions. Look, I'll be honest with you. I am very confident for this game. It's not arrogance. It's cold analysis of the facts. Dallas is vulnerable. We're at home, playing well, evolving. All the ingredients are there for a dominant victory, but it's not enough for just me to be confident. I need you, who's watching right now, to believe too. Believe in this team. Believe in these players. Believe in this process. When all of Broncos Country is vibing together, the team feels that energy. Some might say, yeah, but Dallas has won championships so many times, has so much tradition. So what? Tradition doesn't win games. What wins games is preparation, execution, desire, grit. And in that, right now, at this moment, I'm betting on our guys. This Sunday's game isn't just another one in the regular season. It's a statement. It's the chance to show the entire country that the Broncos are back in the spotlight. It's the chance to gain national respect again. It's the chance to make everyone who doubted us eat their words. So, Denver Broncos family, what do you think? Are you ready for this epic showdown? Who's going to be the big standout for our team in this game? Who's going to be MVP? Comment below with all your expectations, your predictions, your feelings. If you enjoyed this complete analysis, smash that like button. Share this video with all your Broncos family friends. Let's spread this positive energy everywhere. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any content about our beloved team. We're here every week bringing analysis, news, and everything about Broncos Country. Sunday is War Day. Sunday is the day to show who runs Denver. Sunday is the day to make Empower Field shake. Let's go together, Broncos Country. Let's go all out. Until the next video, family. And remember, always will be Broncos forever.